Hi YouTube! So today I'm going to be making a video on how to put in hair extensions. So first off, I'm going to show you the hair extensions that I have. They are clip-in hair extensions and I bought them at Sally's. They look like this and they have 3 clips and they just snap like this. Like that, and they're about this long. So that's about, I don't know, maybe 18 inches long. And they're definitely longer when I bought them because I have since trimmed them and colored them. They are completely 100% human hair, so you can do anything to them that you would do to your own hair. You can curl them, you can straighten them, you can color them, you can cut them. Obviously, if you cut them, the length is not going to come back. But when I bought them, they were so long that it looked almost ridiculous because I had hair, down to my waist. And my hair right now just falls right about here. So the hair extensions are just going to make my hair a little bit longer, and as you can see with my ends, they are a little bit they're not full, so the hair extensions are going to make them a lot fuller. I did go ahead and straighten my hair before I started the video, so that's really the first step. You want to have a good straightener, and I'm using a straightener. It's the Cricut straightener, and I'm really happy with it. I bought it when I was in cosmetology school, and that was about 5 years ago. So I've had this for a long time, and it's still working great for me. I haven't had any problems with it. It gets really hot. I think it gets up to like 400, maybe 375, 400 degrees. So it gets really hot and it works great. No complaints. I use it every single day and works great. So first you need a hair straightener. The hair extensions are going to come straight when they come out of the box, but after you wear them and use them, you are eventually going to have to straighten them, or they're just going to look frizzy, just like your normal hair would look if you didn't straighten it. Although I'm sure there are some people that don't have to straighten their hair, but I know that most people do have to straighten it to get that really straight, polished look. So you're going to want a straightener, and I just use a hair tie to get the hair up when I'm actually putting them in my head, and then just a brush. So key things: you're going to want to straighten your own hair, get it all nice and straight, detangle it. I cannot stress that enough. Working with hair that doesn't have snarls and knots in it, even though it takes a little extra time at first, is completely worth it in the end, because it's just so much more manageable and it's a lot easier to deal with the hair extensions when you're putting them in if your hair doesn't have knots in it. So just take that extra minute, put a comb through your hair, put a brush through your hair, just get the knots out. Another extremely important thing, if you're like me, I was wearing my hair extensions curly, so they were all curled, but I only wore them once, so I didn't think that it was necessary to wash them because I didn't have any product in my hair, so they're not really dirty, and I don't want to overwash them because they are still hair extensions, and the hair is probably a little bit more fragile than your own hair just because it is woven into the strip here, so I just don't want to overwash them. Although I do want to note that these hair extensions are still in great shape, and I bought them about 2 to 3 years ago, so they've really lasted. I've worn them a lot. When I first got them, they were kind of a dark brown, maybe medium brown, and all I did was dye them with box hair dye. and I use the same color that I use on my head of hair from the hair extensions, and it worked great. I can do another video on dyeing your hair extensions and how to do that. I can also do another video on how to trim them if enough people are interested in it, but just a really quick note about trimming your hair extensions. I had an old head from when I was in beauty school, an old dab head to attach the hair extensions to, but if you don't have an old head laying around, like most of us don't, you can just hold on to them up in the air after you put them on your own head and kind of gauge how many inches you want to take off. I think I took about 2 inches off my hair extensions, and all I did was take the scissors and I cut up. And I just kind of gave them a choppier look. As you can see, the bottoms are not completely straight. So that helps when you put them in your hair. You don't have all these straight edges, and it kind of blends in better with your hair. So I have a total of 8 hair extensions that I'm going to be putting in my hair. It doesn't take long at all. It's really simple, and once you do it a couple times, you'll have the hang of it. It's really quick and really easy. I have 4 large ones with the 3 clips on the top. I have 4 of these, and it looks like this. Looks like a lot of hair. So I have 4 of those, and then I have 4 of the baby ones that I call them. They just have the single clip, and they are about 12 inches long. I trimmed these too, and I just call these the fillers. These are the ones that you're going to fill in when you have a little, like a spot or 2 of hair that doesn't seem as thick as you want it, and they're good for around the face, to just add length around your face without having to bring the longer hair extensions up too close. Then you would be risking the clip showing. So it is a little bit trickier to put in hair extensions when you want them to be straight. I do find it a lot easier to wear them curly, just because curly hair has more volume and you can really hide the clips a lot better. But you can do it straight too. You just have to make sure, if you're going to wear them straight, that you're just going to take that extra time to really just take your time, slow down, make sure they're placed well on the head, and just take your time. I mean, that's pretty much it. Just take your time. So what I'm going to do is, I have 4 of the large ones, and they're the ones I'm going to start with first. Some are longer, like this one here, compared to this one here. You can see how much longer it is. They still all have 3 clips on them, but the length is just a little bit longer on some. So the ones that have the longer or the wider length across the top are the ones that I'm going to put starting down on the back of my neck. So all I'm going to use are my fingers to part with. It's really simple. You just use your fingers, and the part doesn't have to be perfect. It can be a little messy, although you don't want it really, really messy. You want just kind of an organized part on the back of your head. So I'm going to start like this. I combed my hair. I have all the knots out, and I'm working with smooth hair. So just give it a quick brush, and then I'm going to start down at the bottom of my neck. So I'm just going to simply take my 2 fingers, and I'm going to part the hair back here, down by the back of my neck, probably about 1 inch up. So I'm still leaving some hair hanging down, but it's about 1 inch up, and I'm just going to take my 2 fingers, and I'm just going to part like that. And I'm just going to take the hair here, the hair that I brought up, and I'm just going to take my hair tie, and I'm just going to twist it just to get it out of the way. It just makes things easier, makes it neater, and you're just trying to avoid those tangles that you don't want. So I'll show you what I did in the back. And then I'm just going to take one of my larger hair extensions, and I'm going to start in the middle with the middle clip, and that's the clip that I'm going to attach first. So I'm just going to send it back here, clip it in the center, and I'm going to work these clips around to the side, like so. And I'm just going to clip right in the part to the side. Now, you want to make sure that you get down pretty low, so that way you can hide the clips. You don't want the clips to show. I especially notice on windier days that the clips really show, because your hair will be blowing around, and you really want to avoid that. And then you're just going to work up the back of your head. You're just going to keep your fingers and parting up. So I'm going to take the next part about 2 to 3 inches up, but now I don't want to get too close to the back of my head, up to the top of my head, because that's when you're going to see the clips more. So you're just going to take your hair, you're going to part it, do the same thing, just take this, tie it back, and just put the next one in, the next large one, and just do the same thing, clip it in the center, and then make sure you just clip it on the side here, and then clip it on the side here, take the clip, and clip it right on the side. And then just let your hair down as you work. Now I'm only going to put 2 in the back, just so that way I don't get too close to the top of my head, because I don't want them to be shown. Okay. And then I'm going to take the other 2 large ones that I have, and I'm going to put them on the side of my head. So same thing, I'm going to take my finger, and I'm going to just part to the side of my head like this, and just pull the hair up. And then I'm just gonna take it and put it over here. And then I'm just gonna take one of the smaller ones here, and same deal, take the middle, put it in the middle of the part, and just bring the other one to the front. You want to make sure that you don't come too close to the front of your head though, because that's when the clip might show in the front, and you don't want that. And then you can brush them as you go along. You can brush them lightly. You don't really want to like yank on them, but you can brush them. And then I'm just going to do the same to the other side, right over here, same little one, and I'm going to just take it with my finger, part down here, and once you do it enough you really won't have to clip it up, but I'm just going to take this here, start in the center, work to the front, and just keep parting it back. Okay. And then you just want to take your brush and comb down. So then you still have the little clips that are still left. And you can always adjust the clips once they're in there too, just to make sure that they're flat and down where you want them to be. But you still have these little clips here that you can place. So you can kind of just go around your head and lift up little sections like this, like that, and then you can just place them in there, like that, and just drop the hair, and it hides really nicely. And I like the clips because they really have a really tight grip, and I never feel like they're gonna fall out or anything embarrassing like that. And I'm just going to put one more in. I don't think I'm going to put all 4 in, just because I really don't need it. But you just unclip it, slide it in, and slide it and clip it. And you can hear it click. Alright, so I'm going to stand up and I'm going to show you what this looks like. Once they're all in, you're going to get something that looks a little bit like this. And you can run over with the straightening brush once they get in, but as you can see, they really do blend in and look completely natural. Thank you for watching my video, and I'm going to make another video on how to put in fake eyelashes. and I appreciate all the comments and everybody watching. Also, make sure you watch my weight loss video. If you haven't seen it yet, I am on my way to losing 100 pounds. So thank you, YouTube, for watching.